Ooh, welcome back to the channel, guys. Real quick, y'all remember this dart? Y'all remember the silver dart, gray dart I was working on? Had the crazy O2 sensor codes. I still have yet to know what happened here. Well, guys, anyway, it's back for the repairs. Okay, it's been a week or 2 weeks later. I don't know, guys. I think this cat converter was extremely expensive, so she had to wait till she get the money. Now it's back for what we did, or what I did, and my estimate was reconverted. They sold a cat converter and both O2 sensor, upstream and downstream. Guys, because this is an inline engine, there's no bank 1 or bank 2. There's no banks. It's an inline engine. Okay, so you're only going to have one cat converter, and you're going to have one upstream O2 sensor, and you're going to only have one downstream O2 sensor, simply because this is an inline engine, not a not a V6, V8, nothing V-ish. Okay, just inline. So we're only dealing with one cat converter. Now, that last video, guys, I'm gonna put a little. This is the card right here. I'm gonna card it. You can go back and watch that video, but I'm gonna have some of the old footage playing in this clip anyway while I speak. I caught a lot of flack, guys, from concerned subscribers concerning why am I selling them a cat when I could simply or easily. It's all, you never know, guys. So you can't say for certainly that would have happened. That could have been the reason why they converted it to the rear. Who knows? I don't know, and nobody knows, not even the customer. And that, in essence, is what bothers service managers. The uncertainty. Okay, yes, that eats at service managers, and especially ours in particular. The mere fact that he don't know who did this and why they did it drove the estimate toward a totally brand new cat converter, which is extremely expensive. All right, yes, I caught a lot of flack for that, and y'all know me, I don't mind. Voice your concerns about anything. But at the end of the day, it still have rules I got to go by. Now, as you can see, this is the upstream port, O2 sensor. You can see where it's headed right here to the connector. Okay. Now, this is the downstream. This is where the downstream O2 sensor go. They have it capped off. If you didn't have it capped off, you would basically have an exhaust leak, right? So you have to find a cap to put on there. All right, so they capped that off. Now, this is where it's supposed to go, and it's supposed to connect right here. All right. So what they did, the previous owner or whoever, merely extended the wiring harness to go to the rear. Now, I had to let the car up so you can see how they did what they did. Now, this, in essence, by my guesstimation, is throwing off the computer. Okay, the distance between the upstream and the downstream obviously shouldn't be that great. They got this one going down past the what do you call that? Past the not the muffler, the it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't even think of the name of it. Resonator. They got this one stabbed right after the resonator. So that distance is too great. And for my guesstimation, it would be fine if this was tuned to such. Okay. Yes, guys, there are available tuners. I don't know if they're available, but there are ways you can convert this to state or to calculate based on new distance between the upstream and the downstream. They could have easily pulled it off, and then you have to put in all the different other calibration. But because of the change and no tuning to this, then you're going to have check engine light. I think she's trying to get emissions. You cannot get any emissions with a check engine light on. All right, guys, we're going to speak some more on this. Let me do this. Let me let this car in the air so you can see under the bottom when I talk about. All right, I'm going to take a quick break right quick. When I get back, we're going to go talk about the parts that I have for this. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, here we go. Brand new cat converter. Now, they got me a new cat. They got me, of course, the white connector, obviously, downstream. Brand new O2 sensor. Guys, please, whatever you do, make sure you use OEM O2 sensors, especially on these FCA products. Okay, so I got an upstream and a downstream, and I got a new cat converter. Fairly simple, right? Yes. All right, so I didn't, however, get a gasket. I don't know the condition of the old gasket when I take it off. So I'm gonna clean this up and And you best believe they want the core back. That's the first thing that came out of his mouth. Make sure you bring the core back. I be wanting to keep these cat converters so bad, but that is a no-no in they book. All right, now let's do this, guys. Let me let this up in the air so I can finish giving y'all the history. It ain't much to talk about. I mean, ain't much to do. Replacing the cat fairly easy on these. But before we do that, let's go into the bottom of the car and take a look at some. Let's get it. All right, guys, I'm in the underbody. And like I said, y'all should remember this car very well. Got the cat right here, and they got the wire harness going all the way to the rear. Where is it at? Where is that? Right here. Okay, it's before the muffler, but it's like stabbed into, I guess they call this a resonator. Well, anyway, I'm about to undo all of this. Okay, this harness is totally not needed. I'm not going to use it. In fact, I don't even think I'm going to leave it hanging like this. It could potentially affect something, damage something. It's not supposed to be there. So now, what you have to do when you're doing this, guys, so I'm going to take the plug out of that O2 and just cap this off right here. All right. Everything after the cat converter is pretty much exhaust. So you got a muffler to quieten down the exhaust. But other than that, this is all I'm dealing with. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and unhook this connector. I'm getting ready to replace the cat, guys. It's nothing to run home about, nothing hard at all. In the meantime, we'll let these soak with rust penetration and take this bolt off right here. Take all this off and go up top and loose the attachments up there. And this cat should fall right out. No big deal at all, guys. All right, y'all ready? Is y'all ready, man? Let's get it. Alright, guys, there we go. Have the old converter out. Like I say, wasn't much to it. Okay, just unloosen all the bolts. Now, guys, you gotta be careful. Really, there's nothing you can do, guys. When you're taking these out and threads come out with it, you just doom. In some cases, it's gonna be hard. Now I'm gonna blow all these out and make sure, see if I can get some new threads. But 2 of these bolts got stuck in there, and I just had to drive it back in, drive it back out, just to find out. I brought out some thread with it, aluminum thread. Y'all see that? It is an aluminum cylinder head. Okay, gotta be careful. I'm saying be careful, but I don't know what you can do. A bolt go in one way and it come out one way. I gotta see if I can reuse this gasket. If not, they got to give me a new gasket. I don't like reusing old exhaust gas. Okay, guys, here we go. The like I say, the old cat. It was the uncertainty, guys. So again, don't shoot the messenger. Boss man said nope. So I'm gonna take this out and put on the exhaust thing on the damn, I keep forgetting the name of this resonator, and put in the proper O2 sensor here and here. And I'm gonna reinstall this, guys. The installation is merely a reversal of the removal. So that's pretty much it on this car in this video. And I'm gonna screw in the new O2 sensor, reset, relearn all the voltage and values, go test drive it. I should not see that O2 sensor code ever again for a long time, guys. Remember, this is I'm replacing, it's only 2 on the car. O2 sensors can fail in a number of ways. They can get lazy and fail. And with these being new O2 sensors, she should not have any kind of cat converter O2 sensor code for a long time. Let me say it like that, okay? Should not have any kind of O2, or unless you got a circuit issue. But as far as physical parts, this thing, the efficiency of this cat converter should last the remaining life of the car, guys. This is high dollar. All right, that's all I have, guys. I appreciate you guys watching, man. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. And like I say, I'm gonna get rid of this harness. Okay, the O2 merely gonna plug in here. All right, yes, it's gonna plug in there. I'm gonna pull this out of the loop. No need for that. Can't believe they did that. But at any rate, guys, case you're wondering, I want to say crank sensor is down there in the transmission, and the cam sensors are one right here, and I think it's one on the rear of the cylinder head. 2 cam sensors, I think. I don't quote my Tom Cook. I think. I don't know, but I think this is the crank sensor. Think about where it lives, guys. Living right here in the transmission, that's merely where a flywheel is located. So anything that's monitoring the rotation of the flywheel, likely a crank sensor. So just in case, now do you got to get all of that, remove all that to replace the crank sensor? Do you have to remove the cat converter to replace a crank sensor? I've never replaced the crank sensor, so I don't know offhand. Just like anybody else, I would have to go to the book and find out, and then manipulate it into my own personal way on how to get it. All right. Yes, I indulge in such activities. I read it first, find out how the manufacturer suggests I do it. From there, I turn it into a JT creative way and try to find a way to get it out the best way I know how. All right. There's nothing wrong with that. But I suggest you go by the manufacturer's suggestion and then come up with your own way if your way is quicker. Some cases, your way is longer. All right. So, guys, here's the old cat converter off of that Dart. Okay. Now, before I got to turn this back in, they have a coil on this. All right. But before I turn this in, I want to play some games. I want to play a little game. Not a little game, but let's go over something real quick. Now, on that video, the original video, part 1, a couple of guys had some not issues, but they had some concerns, okay, with the estimate. Remember I told y'all my manager told me to replace the cat in both O2s. Some of the concerns from the fellas was why were we replacing the cat? And remember I told y'all the uncertainty is what's worrying the manager and the shop. All right, well, here's the old cat. Now I want to check this out, guys. I took this cat converter. Let's have a little fun. And I banged on it. I'm going to let this video clip play while I go over some of this. Y'all see what's coming out of this cat right now. In the meantime, I'm going to go over here to some of these comments. Okay, easy does it. When you write up a whole new exhaust system and it's been welded to, and after someone else worked on it, labor just went up. Okay, that was easy. Well, let's go with some caper. This guy's garage. Moving the downstream O2 down will screw up the transfer rate. Yes, it will. Hella guy, my buddy. Update. Were the threads okay? Did moving the plug and replacing the O2 fix it? Oh, Heller. Yes, that video is up. I've already test drove this car. Everything is fine, Heller. That's this video right here, in fact. But I want to get to, okay, ZF187 has some concerns. My guess is that the OE cat is bad, so the so-called cheap fix was to put one of those crappy universal cats in and relocate the downstream. ZF187, you own something. In fact, ZF, you probably the closest one. You exactly right, Zip. You hit it on the nail. The cat is screwed. Look at all this stuff that came out of this cat. Now, Tom, awesome diagnosis. Thanks, Tom. Steve B. You would figure that any shop would know not to mess with relocating O2 sensors. I wouldn't even try aftermarket. Yeah, Ruli has some concerns. I think you got this one wrong, JT, and it's going to be a costly mistake. I would have trusted what the computer was telling you, despite the downstream O2 sensor installation that appears to have been performed by Jerry and his rig. If the downstream O2 was the problem, you would definitely see corresponding downstream. It seems very unlikely to me that a faulty downstream. Yeah, really got like 2 paragraphs on here. I guess Ruli's point was I should simply replace the O2s and see what happened. In other words, trust the cat and see what happened. And, you know, as I explained, they don't want to let us do that here. My manager would not gamble. But anyway, guys, my point I'm trying to make is y'all see this cat and everything that came out of it. Okay, Bud Black, I noticed the fan shroud was melted. I saw that, Bud. Have no idea how or why. See now. It can be done, but it has to be done right. The extension needs to be as short as possible, which may mean deluming the engine wire harness to get closer. Yes, every one of you guys, I appreciate y'all chiming in, but this cat is shot, man. All right, guys, so here's all the stuff that came out of that cat. Now, I don't know. It's the harness, of course. I had to cut it and get it out of here. I don't know. I guess this is what makes the cat worked a lot of money. I don't know. Anyway, that's what came out of it. So that cat was shot on her way out. So the previous mechanic that she bought it from decided to try this, and that is that, guys. So we done with that topic. But like I say, I appreciate you guys chiming in, because I'm always open for suggestions and solutions and discussion. All right, guys, that's all I have.